Here we get an overview of the engine yard. On the far right, in the distance, you can see the village, some of the lights. On the far left, you see the control panel. Here's a sky view of the 16-track freight yard. You can see the facade and around the control panel in the far upper right. On the left is the main street, and the foreground is the sewage treatment plant. There have been no changes to the refinery in the last year, but OSHA was after us for not having enough signage for emergency procedures. So on the power generator, we had to indicate that it is a dangerous piece of equipment, and they also got after us for not having appropriate signage for evacuations and emergency procedures. So we have some of these sprinkled around the refinery, and also to make the employees aware of personal safety. We also have some recommendations that they have to follow every day. As a safety precaution, the refinery is lit both day and night, as you can see here. Looking over the tops of the building on Main Street, we can see the facade across the way guarding the control panel, and take people's attention away from me standing behind there running the trains. We move downtown, and we see a newcomer to the buildings here is this White Castle, built by Vinnie Pangallo up in New Jersey. He's built a few of my buildings, and we have a plumbing supply store, and traffic is pretty busy, pretty heavy. When you come down to the train station, you see a variety of taxis. Each, as we move to the right, we're moving to the east, you get a higher percentage of getting an Arab driver from New York to London to over there. And again, we still have our CSI scene. The bodies have been identified, but they're working on it. Even though there's signage not to go swimming or fishing, we have people fishing and swimming and disobeying all the rules. And how the dolphin got there in a sludge pond, I have no idea. At night, the town is rather quiet. Just the plumbing supply sign is on all night. This town rolls up its sidewalks around 8 o'clock at night. And we get to the rail station. Of course, the rail station is always lit up. Trains come here through the night and early in the morning. And the ice platform loads day and night. Walk along the freight yard. There's some buildings on the outside here. Looks like it must be lunchtime. Everybody's lined up for the food truck. And the citywide moving and storage building, another one built by Vinnie Pangallo. And we have the Willard Supply Company in the back. And at night, there's not too much activity here. Some of the buildings are still lit, and the moving storage is the truck is still waiting there. View of the engine yard from the opposite side. Against a switchback design, 18 separate tracks for engines. Traffic lights are totally functional. Traffic is moving along at a snail's pace. As you drive along the outside road, there's a facade along the right-hand side. We can go down Shady Lane now and take a look and see what's going on. Here we're coming over to the ballet, the cultural center of this place. Next to it we have the library. A nutritional center. And the town hall. As of course any inner city, we have our share of crime. The mayor's girlfriends are sunning themselves on the rooftop there of the old factory building. And what layout wouldn't be without a dog peeing on a fire hydrant and a dead cat behind a shed. Street. Notice that the English buses drive on the left-hand side of the road. And now we're approaching the staging yards. The staging yards house all the trains that are not running right now. The passenger trains run counterclockwise, and the freight lines run clockwise. And there's another inside freight line on the inner track. Like any railroad, we have to protect our property, and all of the no trespassing signs are duly noted and posted. We're only a mile from Graterford Prison, and so we have a work detail over here at the Graterford Gravel and Ballast Company, taking these big boulders and turning them into pea-sized gravel. Professional building over here, all kinds of specialties, mainly for medical and some financial advice, and an exterminator A Mosquito's been here for several years. Heard of Upshit's Creek? Here it is. A fun place to come for an afternoon to frolic around. You can go water skiing, as long as your friends can pedal the canoe fast enough to keep you away from the sharks. And while your friends sunbathe and talk to the dolphins. Don't forget, there's the ye old paddle shop in case you get stuck. And if you see that tire swinging in the background, that's on a fishing line. And it looks like the person who is fishing there is actually up on top of the bridge right here. Here's the other side of Upshit's Creek. We have a barge, and we have the Nat King Coal Company. We have your rescue squad over here helping assist this poor college student who got trapped climbing up the rocks over here. Another college prank gone awry. And again, when we had rust problem with the bridge, we had a painter come put a coat of primer on it, but he only got about this far and lost his footing. He's been dangling there for about 2 years. One of these days we're going to get him rescued. Here's a sky view of the freight yard, standing over by the staging yards. Nice panoramic view of the main aisle of the layout. And if we move to the left, we can see the village along Warehouse Row, the village in the distance, at all the bridge structures. And if we get an overall view, we can see all the way down the main spine of the railroad, all the way down to the village, overlooking the downtown area, the freight yard, and the engine yard. And we pan over to the refinery.